All right, buckle up, everyone, because today we're taking a deep dive into the world of the Yucatán black howler monkey.
Sounds exciting.
It is, get this, we've got excerpts from the Yucatán black howler monkey, an overview. And let me tell you, these monkeys are something else.
Oh, I know them. They're incredible. Their calls, you won't believe it. You can hear them from kilometers away.
Seriously, kilometers. All right, before we get to those booming voices, let's paint a picture for our listeners.
Sure.
Where exactly would we find these monkeys? What kind of environment are we talking about?
Okay, so imagine this. You're trekking through a dense rainforest. The air is thick and humid.
Got it.
You're surrounded by lush foliage, winding rivers. You might be in southern Mexico, Belize, or even Guatemala. That's where these monkeys call home.
So we're talking serious jungle vibes here.
Oh, absolutely.
And what about the monkeys themselves? What do they look like? Are we talking like tiny little creatures or?
Oh, no, no, no. These monkeys are, well, imagine a primate about the size of a small dog.
Whoa, that's a pretty good sized monkey.
Right. And the males can weigh over 20 pounds. Plus, they have this striking jet black fur. It's really something.
Wow, a small dog-sized monkey with a bold fashion sense.
Yeah.
Okay, you mentioned their calls, that we can hear these things from kilometers away.
Yeah.
Just how loud are we talking, and what's the point of all that noise? Why are they so loud?
Well, it's not just loud, it's powerful, like you can feel it. They can get up to 140 decibels.
140, that's like a jet engine.
Exactly. And they're not just yelling randomly, there's actually strategy to it.
A strategy. So
Yeah.
they're not just the party animals of the primate world then.
Well, they might enjoy a good time, but they have their reasons for being loud. See, howler monkeys live in these really tight-knit social groups, almost like little monkey villages up in the trees.
Monkey villages, I love that. Tell me more, how do they function?
Well, each group has a dominant male, several females, and their offspring. They spend their days lounging, grooming, and of course, communicating with those loud calls.
Ah, so it's all about staying connected, keeping in touch.
Exactly. It's how they defend their territory, keep tabs on other groups, and strengthen the bonds within their own little family.
So it's like their own social media platform, broadcasting updates to the whole jungle.
That's a great way to put it.
But if they're spending all that time howling, I'm guessing they're not swinging through the trees all day long.
Well, they do have these amazing prehensile tails, basically like having a fifth limb, which is perfect for navigating the canopy.
Wait, hold on. A fifth limb? You're telling me they can grab things with their tails?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They can hang from branches, pick up fruit, even steady themselves while eating. It's incredible.
Okay, that's definitely going on my list of cool animal skills.
Yeah.
But speaking of eating, what are these monkeys fueling those powerful voices with?
This might surprise you, but they're primarily leaf eaters.
Leaves. Really? I wouldn't think an animal that size could survive on just leaves.
I know, right? But their digestive system is like a super efficient engine, extracting nutrients from even the toughest leaves.
Wow, so they're like the ultimate vegans of the primate world, munching on leaves and serenading the rainforest with their impressive calls.
Huh?
I'm starting to see why you said they're more than meets the eye.
Exactly. But there's another side to their story, something we need to talk about. It's a little bit more concerning.
Oh, I was afraid you were going to say that. What is it?
Well, unfortunately, the Yucatán black howler monkey is facing some serious threats to its survival.
Oh no, what kind of threats are we talking about?
Sadly, it's a story we hear all too often: habitat loss, deforestation, and even the illegal pet trade.
It's just heartbreaking to hear that these amazing creatures are in danger.
It is. Human activities are encroaching on their territory, shrinking their forests, and isolating populations.
That sounds like a serious problem.
It is, but it's not a hopeless situation. There are people working hard to protect them, and we'll delve into all of that right after this.
Okay, I'm definitely ready to hear about those efforts because these monkeys sound too incredible to lose.
I agree. They truly are remarkable creatures, and their story is far from over.
So before we get to these threats, I mean, how are they even surviving out there with all these challenges?
Well, they've got some pretty amazing adaptations, you know, like those prehensile tails we talked
Oh,
about.
yeah, the fifth limb, right.
Yeah.
That's got to be helpful.
Yeah, super helpful for navigating the canopy, like an extra hand.
But, I'm still stuck on this whole leaf diet thing.
Mm-hmm.
How do they get enough energy from leaves to, howl like a jet engine? It's crazy.
Right. Well, it's all about that specialized digestive system. They've evolved to break down tough, fibrous leaves, extracting nutrients that most other primates can't even touch.
So they basically turn themselves into leaf-eating machines.
Pretty much. And, speaking of fuel, those howls themselves, they're another key adaptation. Being able to communicate over long distances in a dense forest, that's
Yeah,
crucial.
it's like their own personal intercom system.
Hmm.
But how do they get so loud? Like, what's the secret?
It's all about their anatomy, specifically an enlarged hyoid bone in their throat.
The hyoid bone.
Yeah, it acts like a resonating chamber, amplifying their calls to those, incredible volumes.
So it's not just about lung power, it's a built-in megaphone. That's wild.
Yeah, pretty neat. And it all ties back into their social structure, those monkey villages we were talking about.
Right, the whole safety in numbers thing.
Exactly. With more eyes on the lookout, they're more likely to spot a predator, like a jaguar or a snake. And, the dominant male, he plays a key role, using his howls to deter rivals and keep everyone safe.
So he's like the head of security for the village.
You got it. And it's not just about defense, it's about sharing information too, like food sources. If one monkey finds a grapefruit tree, the whole group benefits.
Oh, so it's like a jungle potluck.
Haha, exactly. And let's not forget the social bonding, the grooming, it's about community, not just survival.
Yeah, that social aspect is something we don't always think about.
Right, but it's a huge part of their lives.
But like we were saying, their future isn't exactly secure, right? These threats, they're pretty serious.
Yeah, deforestation, the illegal pet trade, it's all putting a lot of pressure on them.
So what can we do? What's being done to protect them?
Well, there are a lot of efforts underway. Habitat restoration, reforestation, and also working with local communities, raising awareness.
So it's not just about protecting the monkeys, it's about working with the people who live alongside them.
Exactly. It's about finding a balance, between human needs and the needs of the ecosystem.
Right, sustainable progress, I like that.
And then there's ecotourism. When done responsibly, it can be a great way to generate income for communities and educate people about conservation.
Makes sense. Getting people to experience these animals firsthand, that can really make a difference.
Absolutely. It can inspire people to support conservation, make sustainable choices,
Like a ripple effect,
Yeah.
starting with one experience.
Yeah, exactly.
But these are big issues, like how do we even begin to tackle things like deforestation and the illegal pet trade?
It's definitely a challenge, no doubt about it, but it's not impossible. And that's actually what we'll be exploring next.
Okay, because I'm ready to hear about some solutions. I think we all are.
Right. And there are solutions out there. We just need to find them and put them into action.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
but I kind of want to circle back to, what makes these Yucatan black howler monkeys so special?
Yeah, definitely. They're fascinating. Even among howler monkeys, they kind of stand out.
Oh, how so? What makes them unique, even among their howler cousins?
Well, for one, they're huge, like one of the largest howler species, which is saying something.
Right, because howler monkeys are already like the giants of the New World monkey.
Exactly. And that size, it's all connected to their diet, remember? Those tough leaves.
Oh, right. The superpowered digestive system.
Yeah, you need a pretty big gut to process all that.
Makes sense. Bigger gut, bigger monkey.
Yeah.
But it's not just size, right?
No, definitely not. Their appearance, too, that jet black fur, it's pretty striking.
Yeah, no need for camouflage when you look that cool.
Uh-huh, right. And speaking of impressive features, we got to talk about those howls. Seriously, they're like in a league of their own.
Okay, yeah, we've mentioned them a lot, but haven't really dug into the details.
They're considered some of the loudest and most complex vocalizations of any primate.
Okay, so paint me a picture here. What does 140 decibels actually sound like?
It's hard to describe, but it's powerful. Like you can feel it in your chest. Imagine a jet engine taking off. That's about the level we're talking about.
Wow, okay, I can see why you said they're in a league of their own. But you also mentioned complexity. What makes them so complex?
It's not just one sound, It's a whole series, grunts, barks, roars, all woven together in specific patterns.
So it's like their own language.
Exactly. And researchers believe they convey different meanings, like warnings or food announcements, even emotions.
Wow, so they're having whole conversations up there.
Pretty much. And the cool thing is, it's not all instinct. Young howlers actually learn their calls from the adults.
So like a monkey school of howling with regional dialects and everything.
Haha, exactly. They develop unique dialects specific to their social group.
That is incredible. It really highlights just how intelligent and social these monkeys are.
Absolutely. And that's why protecting them is so vital. We're not just losing a species, but a whole culture, a way of life.
Yeah, it's about more than just numbers. It's about the richness and complexity of life on Earth.
That's it. Exactly.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the world of the Yucatan black howler monkey, what's the one takeaway you hope our listeners leave with?
I hope they leave with a sense of wonder, and a desire to learn more, to get involved, to make choices that help protect these amazing creatures and the planet.
Because ultimately, their fate is in our hands, right?
It is, yeah. It's up to us to ensure they have a future, and that starts with awareness, understanding, and action.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well said. So, to our listeners, keep exploring the world of the Yucatan black howler monkey. Remember, every action counts, no matter how small. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.